Esther's Reboot Challenge Day 50, page 223. The movie goes on to show how it is possible for humans to change into monsters when faced with a contagious virus, as people struggle to control the virus through such measures as self-isolation, tracing, shutdowns, mass barriers, severed human relationships, suspicion of others to the level of terror, and the selfish instinct for survival. In fact, the movie described exactly what is happening today. We are the root cause of coronavirus. In fact, we have already heard so much about humans' destruction of the environment that by now it is a familiar problem to us. But I don't think that we have ever taken it seriously as something that directly affected us. Then I came upon the column on all disease caused by humans, contributed by an environmental philosopher, Woo Seok-young, to the Hangul newspaper on March 27, 2020. Reading this column, I got a hint of how we can make a living in this stringent time. Since the 1980s, climate scientists have talked about the seriousness of climate change, and some ecologists, historians, and infectious disease experts have raised their voices about the risk of new infectious diseases. In the 1920s, a few ignorant people ate chimpanzees' meat and exposed themselves to a virus that chimpanzees were carrying. This virus came to be known as AIDS. In 1976, the virgin forests by the Ebola River in the Congo were destroyed, and the consequential contact between humans and wildlife resulted in the outbreak of a virus with a death rate of 88%. This was Ebola. Tragedy continues. Tragedy continues. In 1998, the virus was transferred from boars to humans in Malaysia. It happened because humans forayed into the woods to expand their pig farms. The cause was believed to have been pieces of fruit that were dropped by bats and eaten by boars. There are many other contagious diseases, and humans are always found in the background of most of these diseases. We must quickly wake up to the fact that the more we destroy the forest and disrupt the conditions of nature, the greater the danger we will be exposed to. Human destruction of the environment was the cause of all these infectious diseases. Jeremy Rifkin, the most influential social thinker and futurist of our time, recently claimed in an interview with the media that climate change was the cause of all these pandemics. He pinned the blame on the destruction of the ecosystem that had resulted from the disrupted circulation of water, human invasions of wildlife's territories, and the consequential migration of the wildlife. He also predicted that more infectious diseases will strike us in the future. It is terrifying just to hear his account. A massive wildfire broke out in the state of New South Wales in southeastern Australia and turned an area larger than that of South Korea into darkness. More than 7,000 forest fires occur each year in California in the United States. Even Alaska, which is located in the northern hemisphere, is scorching under heat waves causing mass deaths of seabirds. Most countries in Europe are suffering from heat waves. The Netherlands and Belgium recorded their highest temperatures of 40 Celsius degrees for the first time in their history. India sustained serious human casualties and economic damage due to an extreme spell of drought. The city of Chennai hasn't had any rain for 196 days. These are not plot lines from movies. These are abnormal weather phenomena that I read about in the 2019 Abnormal Weather Report, published by the Korea Meteorological Administration. The above listed situations account for only a small part of the whole reality. All different kinds of natural disasters, such as heat waves, droughts, wildfires, floods, and hurricanes, are occurring more frequently and intensely than ever. Does that mean that the conclusion is already drawn? Are we left with no more golden hour? Scientists argue that global warming was an expected result. According to them, as a result of our competitive race toward abundance over the past 30 years, the environment on Earth is becoming too perilous for humans to inhabit. David Wallach Wells, in his book The Uninhabitable Earth, Life After Warming, argues that climate change is not a moral fable, and unless we choose to halt it, it will never stop. Wallace Wells also writes that how the future of our climate will play out is full of uncertainty, which emerges not from scientific ignorance, but overwhelmingly from the open question of how we respond. In other words, it is a question that should be answered by humans, not natural science, because, according to Wallace Wells, the most important factor at this stage is how much carbon we put into the atmosphere. Of course, we refers to none other than us. It refers to our generation, who are inhabiting the earth now. It will be too late if we put it off to the next generation. Thank you.